A new service has been established to help asthma sufferers breathe easier and keep them out of hospital emergency rooms. The hotline, run by asthma experts, will offer advice on better ways to manage the condition.
Liz Shields and her sons are asthmatics, at times chronic sufferers. Youngest Dominic only just survived one attack.
It feels like pretty much if you were to hold a breath and just not be able to breathe anymore.
You'll see your brother lying on the floor and he won't be able to breathe, and it's just terrifying.
The Advice Line is a voluntary service available for all GPs. Chris Marr, 7 News.
This initiative, which has been funded by New South Wales Health, is all about reducing those frequent flyers that are cropping up at GPs or the emergency department because they've had an asthma flare-up. There's roughly 20,000 asthma presentations to emergency departments just in New South Wales alone each year. A third could potentially be kept well. We've built referral forms into Medical Director and Best Practice, which are the leading software platforms used in general practice. In Medical Director, GPs will be prompted by a pop-up every time they prescribe a preventer medication, which asks them if they'd like to refer their patient to the asthma info line. With their patient's verbal consent, they can tick yes, and the form is submitted electronically to the team. And the asthma information line officers will follow up with a call to the patient within 2 working days.
Yeah, and are you taking all your medication? Are you on a preventer at all?
Having the right information is completely crucial in how we manage asthma. The thing about asthma is that it can go off, in inverted commas, very quickly. As medical practitioners, we're time poor. You know, an hour of time to talk about it and understand it would be fantastic. You know, I'm seeing them for 15 minutes. You know, when you hear news for the first time, then we know that you're lucky if 30% of the information is actually properly understood and remembered. And that's where this asthma referral system is fantastic.
I think at the time you're so stressed about the health of the child and you're worried about them. With a lot of information coming at you, it's difficult to take it all in. I was unsure about, was I doing the right thing? Was I giving the medications the right way? So certainly, yes, after I left the doctor's rooms, there were questions.
Good morning, Asthma Information Line. Yeah, how can I help you?
Well, it's not giving up your patch because we use other forms of information sources for people to read about any chronic illness. The information sources they might get are not terribly reliable and may not be evidence-based. So the Asthma Foundation, we know, is highly reputable, and I have no problem with my patients getting information from them.
Well, we've had excellent uptake of this service in the first 6 months of its operation. Many GPs are referring more than one patient, which suggests that they're satisfied with the service and that they're seeing the benefits in their patients. They've been able to discuss and overcome concerns patients have had with their medications. They've been able to correct device technique, which is a big issue because as many as 9 in 10 people aren't using their devices correctly. One of the key outcomes has been that patients are more willing to take their medications as directed by their GP.
I definitely feel really happy that we can reach out to people who really do need our help.
That was an adult in his 40s and he was shocked that he has asthma very late. So I answered all the questions he had about the triggers and how to manage his asthma and how to take the medications, and he was really grateful.
Well, we definitely have more time to spend with them, really listening to the challenges that they're facing, just really reassuring them of what they're doing is right.
I'm 60, so I've had it safe about 15 years. I always go to my doctor for a checkup. When I went up to him, he said, "Look, Jill, I think you'd be great to be in contact with the Asthma Foundation." They asked me exactly what I am doing to control my asthma, and I was discussing it with them. What I was saying to them was correct about weather, about stress sometimes you can get with your asthma, keeping in contact with the GP, keeping my medication up to date, being aware of when a turn will be coming on, and they were very informative, and I was happy with them. Very, and they listened and they discussed, which was good, and it was simple. I have 3 women friends that have asthma, and I said, look, the Asthma Foundation is there for you if you need it, and to speak to your GP about it.
I have referred at least 20 patients to the Asthma Foundation. They've all been happy with the information that's been given to them. Since we've been following the patients a lot and getting the support from the Asthma Foundation, we can say we didn't have any patient that needed admission this year.
Our major challenge now is getting out there and letting more GPs know that the service exists and encouraging them to use it so that their patients too are able to benefit from the comprehensive information and support provided by the Asthma Information Line.